Okay, we are live. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much for being so patient, everyone, in this, transitional period. So I'm just going to mute myself so I'm not hearing myself talk in double time, but thank you. This is the blue moon in Aquarius, ritual readings and healings, and it was suggested to go live on YouTube by the lovely Patty. So I'm sending you lots of love. We've got a few folks here with us today as well to really, enjoy this highly cosmic time. And really, we're in between equinoxes as well, if you think about this. So, the summer and the fall. And this is a seasonal blue moon. So, really an Aquarius. I mean, we've talked about Aquarius. I mean, we talked about them in the last full moon event in July. So this is like back to back, that air energy, that humanitarian energy, that collaboration energy, that connection energy. And really, before I get started, I should introduce myself if you don't know who I am. I'm Christine. I'm with 24 Karat Healing. I am a spiritual medium, intuitive energy coach, and old soul healer, also known as empath. But here's the difference. I'm an empowered empath. Now, I know that there are a ton of people that are waking up. I don't know about you, but I've been seeing it on my feeds all the time. People asking questions about, why do I feel so anxious? Why do I feel so depressed? Why? All these questions. As people start to wake up, you're going to see that. And that's why we're here now. That's why Patty's here. That's why Sandy's here. We're like, okay, we're here to help. We're here to assist. We're light workers. We're healers, every single one of you. Even if you've never heard that term before, or maybe you thought, oh, that's for, someone like Patty, because she's got special gifts. You know what? We all have those gifts. Absolutely. I want everyone to know that. And why work with the moon energy? Because it is highly tied to our emotional body. I mean, if it can ride tides in water, in the ocean, and it's got that pull, I mean, why not every 2 weeks work with that moon energy? Our ancestors have been doing it for thousands of years, so why not us? And it's not silly and it's not woo. It's something that we practice. Now that's the key, is practice. Having a spiritual practice, whether you follow the moon, whether you follow Buddha, whether you follow God, you have to find a center. You have to find a balance. You have to find your inner sanctuary. And I'm reminded, especially today, it is August 22nd, 2021, about fear, about everything that is happening around the world. I mean, do we name it? Afghanistan, Haiti, where, the floods, the fires, the feast, the famine, that fear mentality. So even if I only have one person show up here, or two, or 1,000, I don't care. I will still practice and align with this energy, because everything is energy. Everything is energy. I mean, science is just catching up to this, but this is something that our mystics, our fathers, our forefathers, our mothers, have known for millennia, since the beginning and the end of time, wherever that happens to be, right? Because really there is no time other than the present moment, not the future, and not the past, because when you're in the past, you're depressed. When you're in the future, you're anxious. And I also heard another beautiful term, Pastor Prince. He just popped up on my feed this morning. I absolutely needed to hear it. And he says, when you are stressed, you must rest. Rest in the peace and the presence of God. Because when you're freaking out and trying to figure everything out and do, the devil is already, the ego, whatever you want to call it, has got a hold of you already. So you're going to make mistakes. You are going to be disoriented. You are going to do things that you normally don't do because you're acting out of fear. And fear is an illusion. I was reminded again today, everything is an illusion. Everything is an illusion. It's how you see it. And if you are feeling triggered, good. I say good because that is bringing something up to the forefront to be healed. It needs to be looked at. Not that person is terrible and they did this to me and you're living in victim consciousness. It's all about responsibility. And I started my responsibility tour. I don't know where this is coming from. 4 years ago. What am I calling it, a tour? Like, it's interesting. I don't want to reincarnate and do this again. I don't know about you. My mentor said that today too. Do you want to come back and do this again? I'm like, no, I don't actually. I want to learn the lesson. Why did I come here? What is my contract? So what is your contract? And I have talked about past lives. I've done workshops on them. I've done fear. I've done third eye. I've done a ton of stuff. So if you want to go back and look on YouTube, I have quite a few videos. All right, I digress. Are you guys ready for the event? So I always ask to light a candle because that signifies spirit. That signifies starting of something, a ritual, a practice, peace. So, you know, you're letting everyone know, your collective team of angels, guides, and loved ones, that you're ready to start something. And if you have any incense, Palo Santo, sage, feel free to burn it. Now, I've already cleared everything for the highest good. Obviously, everything I do is centered in God, because God is, I am, and we are. It's, you know, a really simple mantra to remember, that if you're ever feeling off, you need to bring it back and go, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Okay. So I'm going to start with I do an auto write, a channeling, whatever you want to call it, intuitive writing. We all have access to this. Okay. This is not something, oh, you know, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Whether you write it on paper, a journal, you speak it, you sing it, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. So what did I write about today? Well, today is an 8 day, which is all about infinity, infinite, alchemy, the magician. You have all of that. So the 8 is never ending, never ending. Think of a kundalini as well in your chakras. It goes up, it comes back down, it goes up, it comes back down. It just like life cycles, it goes up, it comes it's the same idea. It's like water. How are you going with the flow? Like I said to Miss Sandy earlier, are you going with the flow? Yes, she is. She's just letting it go. All right, so I released fear because I felt fear was at the forefront. I kept hearing it all day today. I've been hearing it all week. I mean, how can you not? I mean, you go on a feed and there it is in your face. So I release fear as that is not my divine nature. I stress less and I rest in the peace, the power, the protection, and the oneness of God. These fears are triggered by the illusion, the hologram of what this would appear to be. You are seeing it for the first or 1000th time. There is no time, only space. So these mirrored reflections of the wounds, the trauma, the collective ego that needs to be healed. Truly, it's already done. Why did we forget? We chose grace. We chose divinity. We chose wholeness. We chose peace, prosperity, love. We choose at any time. It's our gift. It's our miracle. We are the miracle, and it is accessible at any time. So you being here now and this is a soul-telling moment to uncover all that you have imagined. And I just went underline, 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 underline. It's almost like dot, dot, dot. To me, that signifies, you know, this, it's not the end. It really is the beginning. And I also heard as well, you know, if death can be a touchy subject, but if you're going to die, die happy. Die happy. And I have to tell you, death is the #1 fear of most people. I have to say, you know, in the words of Viktor Frankl, do not die with the music still in you. That, I feel, is the biggest, well, I want to say regret or fear, is not doing what you always wanted to do. So if you wanted to walk the tightrope, I don't know, join the circus, whatever it is, go for it. What's holding you back except your fear, or maybe what other people think? And as Wayne Dyer says, it's none of your business what other people think. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, it's their own fears and judgments that are placed upon themselves, and a lot of people don't want you to grow and expand. Just remember that too, okay? Then you're going to know, well, that's those, I love you, but I'm going over here. You're here, but I'm over here. I'm not above you. I'm not better than you. I'm just saying I've outgrown this. So yeah, seasonal changes, right? Seasonal changes. Okay. Get your crystals out. I've got my lovely crystals on the old country rose. Something I, you know, loved and treasured, something my grandmother had, something that I will cherish. I mean, I talk about decluttering and letting go of things, and I've done that, you know, twice in the last year already. And I've reduced myself to 8 storage bins. Yeah. And I still think it's still, I have more to do, because it's funny, you get rid of things, but then you start collecting things again. It's like, no, why am I doing this? Even today on a walk, I saw a feather. And I'm like, oh, a feather. And my son goes, no. I'm like, you're right. No, I don't need to pick it up. I'll just look at it and go, that's a nice feather. Because I have a feather, right? So we've got to be very mindful of the things we collect. That includes people, places, what objects, whatever it is. What are we picking? Why are we picking this up? Why are we taking this on, right? Okay. All right. So we're going to do a beautiful meditation, and you know, share below how you're feeling during this blue moon. Do you need any help in regards to doing moon rituals? Really, there is no right or wrong way. You can have a beautiful Epsom salt bath. You can smudge, you can purge, you can declutter, you can do sound healing, sound therapy, singing, dancing, painting. Whatever it is, just do you. There is no, I really, all I suggest is journaling. More than anything, meditation and journaling, because that's going to be the quickest way to access anything that comes up in the body, in the mind, in the spirit. And then you're going to get more messages from spirit as well. So, all right. So here we go. So I just invite you to close your eyes, turn off any devices, any distractions. This is your time. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time with us all. This is a great time to connect, to innovate, to transform. Some of us are just coming on board. Some of us have been here for a very long time and assisting and helping and raising each other up, because the more that you walk in the peace and the presence of who you are, the miracle, the holy child of God, the more miracles will be brought forward to you. And this is something you do daily. This is a daily walk. A daily walk. It is not an easy walk. It is not. You are here for great things. Great things don't always, because if you think you're on the easy and the fast track, it's not your track. I just had an image of a train derailing. So go towards what does your heart want? This is, I was reminded of a heart sutra today as well. They have the Tibetan monks. So go back to that oneness, the love, the peace, the joy, the beauty, the grace, the grace. And there's nothing more to atone for. You are worthy. You are strong. Like a warrior strong. But not trampling over people strong. We're talking holding the line. Helping people rise. Helping people stand. Fortification and unification. So just close your eyes and just imagine that. Fortification and unification. Purification. Purify the body, the mind, and the spirit. It is a three-way connection. And just imagine, coming from your root, your base chakra, a thick, brilliant white cord. And just imagine this cord shooting down your legs and out your feet, and the cord crashes through the floor, smashing through the dirt, tree roots, rocks, and debris till it reaches the center of the earth. And here is a beautiful rose quartz. Rose quartz signifies purity and unconditional love. There are no conditions to love. Love is the purest form of energy, of currency, of who we are at a soul level. So just imagine your roots, your cords wrapping around this beautiful rose quartz, and begin to bring it back up the way it came until it reaches the soles of your feet, gently grounds and stabilizes you to the earth center. All right, now we're going to bring that energy, that beautiful pink sparkling energy, up through the calves and the knees. Reiki will be sent at the same time, so wherever this energy needs to go, it will flow. A mere conduit, a mere vessel I am. Here comes the energy. Wherever it's needed, it's going to start, and definitely starting in the knees, because that's where we hold a lot of our fear. Fear of moving forward. We're making that knee to hip connection as well. So making those shifts. How do we pivot? Do we sit still too long? Do we run around disoriented? We need to bring it to balance, to center. Feeling a little wobbly? Practice standing like a tree. Just imagine the tree. So the bottom half of you is a tree. Beautiful, ancient, wise, strong. And it definitely feels this moon energy, this Aquarian energy flowing up through the trunk. So now we're going to focus on the root chakra, moving up to the sacral, up to the solar plexus. So these are your physical chakras. You are safe, you are secure. You are safe, you are secure, you are creative. Beautiful. Secure, definitely secure. And that lion, lioness energy, that I am presence right to the solar plexus. Just feel that open and expand. I feel like it's been kind of stagnant, kind of slowed down. So we're going to bring it back to balance. Now we're bringing this beautiful pink energy up to the heart chakra. This is where your soul sits. This is where everything lives and breathes. And this is, your feeling center. Your feeling center. Oh, yeah. Your feeling center. You're not putting anything in boxes. Absolutely not. Avoiding, repressing, suppressing. No more. No more. You feel this, and don't let anybody say, oh, get over it. It'll take time. You should be healed by now. Just, you just block it out. And actually, that reminds me of boundaries. That is a boundary crossing. You are crossing a boundary. Say, that might be your experience, but this is mine, and I'll do it my way. My way. I think of Frank Sinatra. That's a whole nother story. We're bringing this up to the throat chakra. I'm going to clear off anything we've been avoiding saying, biting our tongue quite a bit. It's really hard right now because you've got this, you've got Uranus in retrograde, who is, structure and all of that. And then you've got Jupiter, and you've got Neptune in there as well. So you've got freedom, and then you got structure, and they're clashing right now. That's what's going on. And you're seeing people go, well, I believe in this and I believe in that. And they're all in their soapbox, and please get off, because no one is hearing your message. So just keep it to yourself. Write it out, sing, cry, whatever it is, you got to express it and let it out. So we're clearing that off. Now we're focusing on the third eye. Lots of activations, lots of light workers coming on board. How do I connect with my spirit guide? How do I meditate? All of these questions are coming in, and there is no right or wrong way. All they're saying is to let go, because when you feel it has to be a certain way, well, my friend did it this way, so it should be. No, you're already controlling, and you're really pushing spirit out of bounds, meaning you're telling them that this is, I know what to do because I was told this. Well, no, you really need to experience it for yourself. You can practice as many times as you want, but you've got to have fun with it. Where's the fun? Why is everything so serious? Life is way too, we need to have more fun. We need to play games with spirit. We need to practice. We need to meditate. And I'm not talking about sitting in a lotus position and chant, whatever it is. No, you need to find ways to let go and just be, like when you're looking up at clouds. Are you like, oh, that cloud's not for me, I'm going to wait for the next one? Or no, you just daydream, because you were told, I know there's somebody out there, you were told to stop daydreaming and get your life together. And you talk to, all of that garbage that was forced down our throats, suppressed and repressed, is now being brought to the surface. So that's why we're here. We're clearing this off. Or I see, images, I see fairies. Oh, there's something wrong with her. She needs something. No, absolutely not. And same with autism. They communicate in a different way. There is absolutely nothing wrong with them. In fact, they are so highly spiritual, they don't know what to do with that energy. So I'm sending all of that love out to anyone that is dealing with behavioral issues, autism, development, whatever it is. There's nothing wrong. It's what society tells you is wrong. We are no longer conforming to how things should be. In fact, you do not need a degree of any kind. If anybody tells you that, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. That is a judgment. That is That is an old paradigm, is basically what I'm saying. So we're clearing that off. And now we're opening up the crown chakra. This is your upper three. You're connected to divine, to God, to divinity, to your angels, your guides, your loved ones, the elementals. This is a huge space, easily accessible at any time. Whether you have a silent conversation, whether you're speaking, writing, you're connected, you're fully connected right now. You might feel some pressure in the top of your head. You might feel tingles. You might feel pressure in your third eye as well. These are all activations. These are all clearings. This is happening now. All right, so just see it as a lightning rod from the top of your head and out and beyond. We are sending this beautiful, loving energy out to the world, to where it's needed. And we are letting go of fear, and we're bringing in love. That is the only choice. You flip fear to love, or you can flip love to fear. That is your choice. We make choices every day. What feels good? That is how in the body, in the spirit, you will know if that is the track for you. All right. So we're going to bring this back down. Invoking Chokure, Chokure, Chokure. Power symbol. Seheke, Seheke, Seheke for mental and emotional healing and clarity. Illuminating. And Daikomo, Daikomo, Daikomo across all space, all. There is no time. There is just space wherever it's needed. And if you want to create your own little Reiki, little energy ball, you can go right ahead. You can imagine it in any color. Rubbing your hands together. Taking a deep breath in and let it go. Pull your fingers apart and just let them pulse. You can feel the tingling in the fingers. You can feel this energy, the space in between. That is you. That is the universe. That is everything. You've, like they say, you got the whole world in your hands. We are the world. All right, so you can take that and we're just going to spread it from the crown all the way down. Or you can take it to the solar plexus if you want. You can take it wherever you want, wherever you feel is needed. If you have some aches and pains, you can take that to that spot as well. Anyone that has any, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, shoulder pain, maybe it's head, migraines are very common for anyone that is psychic, highly psychic, and has not activated, has not tuned in to that energy. And shuts it down. Don't shut it down. All right, so we're going to bring this energy back down to the crown, the third eye, the throat, to the heart. No, we are connected, fully connected, rooted, grounded in love, peace, joy, grace, divinity. As below in Mother Earth and Gaia, and as above in God. All right. So take your time coming back and maybe have your journal handy, paper handy, anything that you want to write out that you had seen or heard or smelled or known or felt. Those are all of your clairs, right? We all have them, and some are a little bit stronger than others. Like for me, seeing and hearing, I'd say more seeing and just knowing, feeling. Obviously, if you're highly empath, empathic, you're going to feel energy. You're going to feel people's stuff. You're going to be like, is this mine? Is it, I've done a workshop on clairs as well. I also am going to be leading a group called the Power of Eight. So 8 beautiful souls in a 8-week transformative, basically opening up your intuition, finding your soul's purpose. I also do one-on-one as well. So if you're interested, comment below and I will send you the information. We start mid-September. And let me know in the chat if you have any questions, how you are feeling afterwards, even if you're on the replay, which I'm sure many will be, because this is all over the world. So I thank you for being here. I highly appreciate it. I don't know if anybody keeps a dream journal. I'm sure Patty knows this one, but I just wanted to go through it very quickly. I highly recommend you jot down your dreams. Even, I hear this a lot. I don't remember them. Well, once you start accessing and going intention, saying, I am going to remember my dreams, have a little prayer. Please, guides, angels, and loved ones, please assist me, God, in remembering and accessing my Akashic records, my dreams, my soul, whatever it is, it's all going to come through. So I'm just going to go back a couple days. So the one day, and many times in our dreams is for somebody else. It's not just for us. It's for people we know and maybe we don't really know and don't know at all, right? I've heard many psychics and intuitives talking about, events. I mean, think of Nostradamus. I mean, this dude is thousands of years old and the things that he talks about are happening. So this is not, out there crazy, that not happening. Come on, it's happening. We just have to acknowledge it. That's all. So once you acknowledge something, universe, God, they're going to be like, okay, let's see. We're going to test you. We're going to see. And are you ready? Are you ready? Get on, strap in, hold on. I dreamt of flying places, hotels, flight attendants. Very interesting. So, obviously with everything going on, there's a lot of traveling. Somebody had peeled wallpaper. I don't know if somebody's renovating their bathroom or painting, or I'm not, so I don't know who that's for. And then I dreamt of a song. And it was French. So Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, Serementina, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding. So, I don't know. I mean, I remember kind of that as a child. I did take French up until grade 6, but this might be specifically for somebody else. I had a Neil Diamond come in and sing I Write the Songs. So there might be a big Neil Diamond fan or someone who likes music, playing music, writing music. Red skies, orange skies, giant pine trees. But they had lights on every branch with dolls on it and gold leaves and different trinkets and ornaments. So of course I think of Christmas. But this might be someone who's very crafty, who likes to work with stuff like that. And and then a Celine Dion song the next day, All by Myself. Last night's dream was very interesting. I dreamt of, we were acting, we were on a stage. It was a play. Hugh Jackman was part of the play. That was very specific. And it had more of an 1800s vibe. So like, I'm thinking of that one movie, Les Miserables, that energy. So that's tying back to the French music. And then Anne Murray, You Needed Me. So these songs are quite specific to this full moon, this energy. And there was one more song before I started, and I'm just going to look at the lyrics here. And it was by REM. And called Orange Crush. And I'm like, gosh, I haven't heard that song. It was like back in the 90s. So, the verse basically is follow me, don't follow me. I've got my spine. Interesting. I've got my orange crush. Collar me, don't collar me, like an actual collar. So he's saying we are agents of the free. I've had my fun and now it's time to serve your conscience overseas. Very specific about that we are our own agents of freedom. We have conscience and we need to go look over, like we need to go global and worldwide. That's how I see this. And where is our spine? Meaning, are we standing up? And for people who can't speak and who can't stand and who can't, we need to stand up and help these people. So that's how I'm seeing this. So as I sent out that energy, it's talking about circles and circling and stacking, and it's just like heaven. So yeah, if you want to go and Google the lyrics or at least listen to the song, REM, Orange Crush, a lot of symbolism in that song. All right. So I'm going to pull a card from each deck. Why not? I have 4 different decks. And I know Miss Barbara was supposed to be here. And if she's happened to be watching, I will reach out to you after. So, all right. And thank you for your donations. I do appreciate them all. If they're in the past or present, future, it doesn't matter. It helps us, put out these videos, put out these trainings, give folks those, those 30-minute discovery intuitive sessions. And if you've never had one, comment below, but there's a link as well. So we're going to pull from Energy Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. That's almost my first deck, not quite. And I always, when you're working with tools, guys, just remember to clear them. You can smudge them. You can use, prayer. You can use Reiki. You can knock on them. It's good to give them a full cleanse, but knocking as well for me, and just the act of shuffling. And I also invoke a prayer. I'll say, God, make me a channel for thy peace. Grant me this conversation for the highest good of all. Relieve me of the bondage of self, so I better do thy will. Thy will be done through me. Show me how to serve. Let there only be light. Amen. All right. So we're asking, what do we need to know during this highly, cosmic event, the blue moon in Aquarius for the back-to-back. This and this card keeps popping out. All right. Oh, look at this. And I think we were talking about this, were we not, Patty? Archangel Raphael. Please call on Archangel Raphael when you need accessible, instant healing in regards. He's working with the heart chakra. 3 and 8 reduces to 11. That is 2s. So you can ask for assistance, but you have to ask. So this is all about love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Are you being loving to yourself? Are you being compassionate to yourself? Are you accepting yourself and of others? Because we're seeing this division. There is no division other than in your mind. Your mind is split. You're splitting hairs. Yeah, that's interesting. Splitting hairs. Splitting over what? There is no right way. There is no wrong way. As they say, I'm going there. Jab or no jab, mask or no mask. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we learn to heal and love ourselves unconditionally, with no conditions. No conditions. That's it. I think this is a pretty simple message. I love the colors. Interesting. Almost looks like there's more angel essence behind him. You see the wings? Like, you guys got double wings. You got harps in here, feathers. I mean, I saw a black and white feather today and didn't pick it up because I'm not collecting things anymore. I'm collecting love. That's it. Simple. All right. And this is a deck that my father gave to me 10 years ago. And I'm like, what do I need these cards for? Self-care? Really? Yes, that's how I used to talk. Self-care is for wimps. I used to think that you just push through it. I definitely operated from the masculine side because that's how I learned to survive. No more. Divine feminine all the way, but obviously balanced, right? You got to get stuff done. Your car does not fill itself up magically. Your bills just, I mean, hey, poof, they could be paid. Sure, no problem. You're all abundant, right? Wealth is coming in and coming out. It reminds me of a waitress it was last week. No, it's a long story, but anyways, God does not, there's no coincidences. I was sat in that booth for a reason. I had that waitress for a reason. The lady's conversation behind me was for a reason. She was telling me how she is going for chemo after her surgery, September 14th. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. And if I wasn't sitting there and I was sitting on the other side and my dad was sitting there, I wouldn't have heard her say that. And I kept being called. I'm like, okay, Christine, get over yourself. And yeah, I'm getting the itchy nose. My spirit's like, yeah, hello. Go and talk to her. And I did. And then she continued to tell me how she's trying to help her husband and he has MS. And I'm like, oh, I was just, I said, here's my number. Please call me. We are all praying for you. I put you in the prayer circle. And her name is Diana. So she was part of this as well. Bless her heart. And I left it wasn't a big meal or, a big bill to begin with, but I left a $10 tip. My dad goes, that's a lot of money. I'm like, according to who? I said, it will come back. So I gave it to them and they shared it amongst everyone. It wasn't just for the waitress. It was for the kitchen and whoever, right? Everybody. On my walk a couple days ago, what did I see going across the sidewalk? A $10 bill. You can't make this stuff up. All right. So when you think you don't have anything to give, it doesn't have to be money. It could be your time. It could be a prayer. It could be anything. It could be a hug. We all are abundant. We all have a gift to give. And that gift comes back in miracles, right? You will see it. You are the walking miracle. All right. So interesting. Dreams. Yes. Think big. There are unseen forces ready to support your dreams right now. And, the weaver, the hands, the red, this looks, Akashic records. Again, this is what this symbolizes. If you do a meditation, I have one about the Akashic records, going into the hall, into the temple, when you sit down, and this is the books come down and you can turn to any page you want. So think big and feel all these, everything is miraculously manifested. And I'm not talking stuff, I'm talking your dreams. Oh, and so you've got pleasure. And I was talking about fun and bubbles and kitty cats and wearing this fancy dress. I mean, and interesting that the cats are black and white. So the balance of the divine feminine, the masculine, the yin and the yang, right? It's all perfect along with your dreams. So do something just for fun instead of, oh, I must do this, I have to do. No, let's have fun. Who cares? Pleasure is one of life's essential nutrients, because when we're having fun, everything changes, like our energy, our vibration. That's when law of attraction and magic happens as well. I'm being reminded of this every day. All right, so pleasure, dreams. Now we're working off the crystal reading cards. I'm bringing them all in today. Why not? All right. So what, I mean, you work with any crystal you want, but this is specific to, oh, here we go. I have three that, do I have three? Yes, I do. Three that jumped out right away. Lapis lazuli, past lives. So that's why we're having all of this fear, all of this trauma coming forward. These are all of our collective past lives coming to head, coming, crashing, opposing forces, relationships, family, exes. Everything is being cycled around, especially in retrogrades as well. So they're asking you to look at this, you know, deeply. What is coming up for you? What do you imagine? You could be a boy, you could be a girl. Where are you? Have you done a past life meditation, Akashic records meditation? And you can do them continuously until you feel you have an idea of where you've been, why you're here. But just know that as a collective of who you are. This is all about the third eye and the crown as well. It's an initiation stone. It opens you up to clairvoyance, seeing, visions, past life awareness, healing, karmic ties, enhances psychic gifts and awareness. So be very aware of this energy, past life energy. Herkimer Diamond, dreams. We just pulled dreams in self-care deck. This is a beautiful, like, I had no idea there was a Herkimer diamond until I got this deck. And I'm like, that is so cool. So this is the heart and crown. Creativity. It invokes your dynamic personality, your vibrancy. You're magnificent. It activates inspiration. And when you are having fun, that's when inspiration comes in, new ideas. It clears creative blocks. It sweeps the mind. It clears the clutter. And we talked about clutter at the beginning of this. Dreams, renewed passions. I mean, that makes sense. We're like in the dog days of summer still. I mean, 2 weeks before the kids go back to school or whatever happens to be happening. So yeah, we're in that in between, but you know, September usually means boom, let's go. So this is a really good time to write down anything that you know, the last 3 months of the year, really 3 to 4 months. And that reminds me, we are going to have our wrap up to unleashing, you know, your soul's purpose. I do a workshop. It's a dream board. It's a vision board at the beginning of the year. So we're going to come together again and see what has manifested for everyone. And if there's anything that, you know, that needs to be carried forward into 2022 or dropped. All right. Oh, interesting. Stibnite, conflict. Yeah, you know, you look at this and it looks kind of, yeah, a little, yeah. And I mean, we did talk about the opposing forces of the old and the new, right? This is all about the solar plexus and crown and the base. So interesting. 1, 2, 3. Personal empowerment and transformation, grounding your energy to earth. So yeah, that's very important to stay grounded as much as possible. Getting outside more takes you out of that conflict, that inner conflict. Dealing with fear and conflict and confrontation, healthy boundaries. Anybody who suffers from chronic anxiety, this will assist and support. This enhances and supports your astral traveling journey. We all have the ability to astral travel with anyone we want to. Just like telepathy, we all have access to it, but a lot of us don't want to go there. So this dissolves apprehension and uncertainty as well. So yeah, I mean, when you see this, you're like, oh no, conflict, but really it's, I mean, that's the energy. And of course the phone rings. It's all good. All right. You can tell that this is live, right? Okay, so we're going to focus on the last deck, which is my newest deck, and it's a beautiful deck. The Shaman's Dream. So knowing, you know, everything that we know. We're obviously having Archangel Raphael assist us in our hearts with our dreams, having pleasure, having more fun, assisting with past lives. Dreams again have come up again, and then that conflict. I mean, what is the ultimate outcome of all of this transformative energy during this blue moon? So that's what I'm asking. What is the outcome of really doing all of, whoa, okay, 2 cards. We're doing all of the work. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, so watchers. And I've pulled this one before. I'm trying to remember if it was a while ago, but I mean, to me, this is that lion energy. You see the lion's head at the top, and that looks like stibnite and spirit at the top as well. A little bit of gold. So this is transpersonal. The number is 60. I believe there's 64 cards in this deck, so almost at the end. And they're talking about serendipity, being the observer, the witness. So break free from the linear 3D, the casual pace of petty day-to-day, rise to divine coincidence, be and live in serendipity, seeing the heart of the matter. Creation unfolds in a mysterious way. So, you know, the sun energy, look towards the horizon. That's that daydreaming energy. That's that daydreaming energy, letting go. Beautiful colors, sunrise. All right, and I've never pulled this before. Jeweled web, connectivity. I mean, you know, you think this is all the planets, the stars, the cosmos. There's a lot of green in this card too, green and gold. Yeah, jeweled web. Abyss, connectivity, no separation. Yeah, no separation, absolutely not. So feeling more, feeling everything. I would really bring this back to the heart chakra. Yeah, and taking your focus off of getting anywhere. There's nowhere to go. You're here. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has come to pass. So who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Can you feel that now? Practice it in the now moment, its presence. So discovering this is a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected, just like the crystal grid. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. This is not about landing something, meeting a goal. You know, they say life is a journey, not a destination. I mean, that's an old cliche, but I think that basically what this card is saying. Are you enjoying the ride? Are you enjoying where you are now? Not wishing you were somewhere else. Not, you know, being somewhere else is not going to change how you feel inside. This needs to happen first before you can enjoy anything else. Yeah, the healing. The healing. All right. All right. Well, that was amazing, beautiful, transformational, lots of energy. So just to, I mean, there's quite a few cards, guys, that I'm going to recap here, but yeah. Oh, what did we pull? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay. Today is an 8 day. And we have 8 cards. Anyways. Yay. All right. So work with Archangel Raphael. Work with the heart more. It bridges in between the in-betweens, the lower 3 chakras and the upper 3. That is the bridge. Be the bridge. Dreams, Akashic, thinking big, lots of support. There is divine support wherever you go. Do something for fun. Put on that big poofy sparkly dress. Reminds me of my aunt as I'm cleaning out her closet. She had amazing taste. Her clothes were just spectacular. Yeah. And I just heard she was a diva. Okay, thank you. Um, but she had a beautiful heart. So not the divas that we have come to know that throw tantrums, but okay. Past lives, lapis lazuli. So focusing on the past life stuff, it's still coming up. That ancestral healing we keep hearing about. Dreams with the Herkimer diamond. Conflict. There is no conflict. It's an illusion. The watchers, you know, getting transpersonal, being the observer, not the reactor. And then the jeweled web. You're connected to everything, that, as they say, the matrix, the divinity of all things. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate and love you all. If you would like a personal reading or healing, please feel free to reach out. And I look forward to seeing you in September for the new moon. And yeah, I'm sending you guys so much love. I've pretty much covered everything I can think of. I think if anything, I'm going to just end this with a beautiful prayer. So today, and whoever happens to be here in body, mind, and spirit, we are asking, we already know anything that we're bringing forward in prayer is already done. This is a co-creative process. So whatever you have, bring it to the altar. Anyone that you are, you know, worried or concerned about, it might be the world, it might be someone you know, it might be for yourself. So bring it forward right now. And just know that we are all one. We are unlimited. We are divine. This is a co-creative process and prayer. And the truth is that I know that if I am, you are, we are rooted in the power and divinity of God and the oneness. So I'm confirming this. We are all confirming this, that this is whatever's being brought forward is done. It is done. We are letting go and letting God. And so it is. All right. I'm sending you guys so much love. Take care. And please remember, healing